Hi everybody, it's Dee Waterson of Ignite Yourself, and I'm here today to share with you the information that I just got from Todd Samson, my personal hero, the guy who's on Body Hack at the moment on Channel 10, because everything that he says and does is what my tagline's all about, changing fear into action. And what he says is the mind controls the body and not the body controlling the mind, which is all of my programs. Everything that I do is all about the mind controlling, giving you the outcome that you want in life. So as he said, he's an ordinary bloke who does extraordinary things, and if you've watched anything that he does, it's beyond extraordinary, I think, at times. Some of the things that he challenges himself to overcome, and it's not without fear. As he said, the brave have fear. They just manage it. So what he did was he come up with the gap. What's the gap between ordinary and extraordinary? And he has 4 key pointers that help move you in that direction, and I thought it would be lovely to share with you. So the first thing he talked about was mental flexibility, and that's through forced adaptation. So everything he does is quite extreme, as I said. So for any of us in our daily life, we've got to force ourselves to do things, like for instance exercise. We have to force ourselves to get out there and do it. Not everybody, but there are a lot of people who have to do that. We know the benefits of exercising. We know the benefits. It's the same in business when you don't want to take some action steps. They're the action steps that you know you need to do. And through adapting, taking action, forcing that change, you begin to create momentum, and that becomes the new norm. So you're out of your comfort zone. So forced adaptation through being mentally flexible so you can have a go at the next thing. And the second thing he talked about was visualization and the power of visualization. Now, I believe most of us do know the power of visualization. See what it's like when you've actually achieved your goal. As we get older, Todd says our vision becomes more and more narrow, but through techniques and practice and forced adaptation, we can widen the scope so that we've got our visualization eyes working peripherally to the full extent again. Memory. Our memory isn't as good as it used to be for several reasons. He talked about sleep. We have to have 8 hours sleep a night. Doesn't matter what anybody says. He says 8 hours in the bed, 8 hours of sleep every night. So we need to exercise, we need to sleep, we need to have a good diet so that our memory can function properly, because our memory is what binds us to our whole world. Also with fear, memory is the thing that can hold us up, like, oh my God, at 7 that really hurts, I'm never going to do that again for the rest of my life. We need to force adaptation in those areas, but we also need to keep our memory healthy through the things that I've just explained. So along with that, you need to have emotional regulation. Our emotions go crazy, and that's where we think that these emotions are controlling us. However, we can regulate those emotions, we can control those emotions, we can manage those emotions, changing fear into action by utilising the fear and taking action. My daily worksheet on a regular basis, priming your brain towards doing what you have to do. And Todd was amongst a load of experts who helped desensitise him in areas like his fear of drowning, or he can't swim, but he does these amazing things in water because of his mental flexibility. So regulation of your emotions is huge on every program that I ever teach. It's the big thing that keeps us frozen in confined. Our fear confines our lives, so we're not actually really living our lives to our full extent, because fear, we live in doubt and worry instead of just thinking the impossible is possible, and then taking action in the area of where it is to create it being a possibility. There is nothing that's impossible, almost nothing. So have a look at what is possible and take those little chunk-sized bites, and before you know it, you're doing the impossible. And lastly, he shared with us the power, the absolute power of meditation. We all know there's countless studies about the benefits, how it impacts on your cortisol level, drops them, produces some of the happy hormones. Not only that, we learn to focus, because with technology as it is today, and it is wonderful, it's full of interruptions and it's doing everything for us. So we're no longer exercising parts of our brain that we used to do just 10 years ago. So we need to cognitively control things that we do through the day. Spend 20 minutes in meditation. Thoughts will come in and out of your head, but you keep practicing. So as they come in, just release them, breathe, control your breath, count your breath. Todd gave us breathing exercise. Breathe in 1, breathe out 2, breathe in 3, and keep going to 10. And he's suggesting that most people won't get to 10, so you start again 1 until you do get to 10. And then you can practice other forms of meditation. But just to get you into the habit of meditating so that you get the benefits, so that you can go from ordinary to extraordinary, something that you need to do regularly, but it's forced adaptation. It's cognitive control of your emotions. It's changing fear into action, taking control where you need to take control. I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't have done that in many areas, and consistently over a 5-year period. It wasn't 1 week. It wasn't 1 month. It wasn't even 1 year. You need to do this daily. Daily prime your brain so that you get the results that you want. So I'm really excited. I hope this information has excited you as well as has excited me, because it represents everything that I stand for, and everything Todd does is just amazing. So signing off for today, Dee Alderson.